So just looked at neutralization, where an acid reacts with a base. And whenever we had that, an acid plus a base always gave us a thing called a salt. And we're going to look at what that means today, and water. If that base was a carbonate, we still got a salt and water, and we also got carbon dioxide given off. So in both of these, there is a salt being formed, and that's what we really want to look at, is how do we know what the name of that salt is, and then eventually when we do the symbols of ions and stuff a bit more, what's the formula for it. Acids also react really well with metals. So when they react with a metal, they make a salt then as well. So we're seeing that whenever these acids react, they make a thing called a salt. That's why we want to know what these things are. And this one actually makes hydrogen gas as well. So the three acids we need to know this year are sulfuric acid, hydrochloric acid, and nitric acid. And if we know the formulas of those, then we can actually work out what the names of their salts would be. Sulfuric acid has the sulfate ion in it, H2SO4. So the name of its salts are always something or other sulfate. Hydrochloric acid has the chloride ion, so its salts are something chloride. And nitric acid has the nitrate ion, so the salts it makes are something or other nitrate. Where do I get what's in those green boxes? I'm going to use a couple of examples that hopefully will show you where we get that from. So if I had sulfuric acid, I'm just going to use word equations. If I've got sulfuric acid and I reacted that with sodium hydroxide, which we know is a base because it's a hydroxide, then this is where we get the words from for the salts. The sulfuric acid gives us that it's something or other sulfate, as per here. And it's the sodium bit of sodium hydroxide that gives us the other name. So the chemical we make, the salt we make, is sodium sulfate. And then in an exam, it's easy to stop there and go, oh, yep, I've got the salt. Don't forget that being a neutralization, you would also make water. So there's one example. So we take the first half of each name that sort of helps us with it, okay? Let's try another one, this time with a carbonate, because that's our second example on the far left. So let's have nitric acid reacting with calcium carbonate. Now, because it's an acid and a base, a particular base called carbonate, we know it's going to make water and carbon dioxide. So let's write those in my word equation straight away. I get the type of salt from the acid. It's a nitric acid, so it's a nitrate. And I just take the first part of the other one's name, calcium, and I move that across. So there would be my word equation. It would be calcium nitrate as my salt, water, and carbon dioxide be bubbling away. And the last one, we're going to do metals and acids a bit later in this topic, but it's good to use those so you understand the salts they make as well. If I have hydrochloric acid, and I react it with magnesium, you will learn that that makes hydrogen. So how do I get the name in here? Well, again, my hydrochloric means it's got a chloride in it. And there's only one name there, so the really convenient thing is I just move it across. So the magnesium gets turned into magnesium ions, to make magnesium chloride. And there would be my salt for this. So our salts are the ones I've used to come before, hopefully showing what's come from the base, what's come from the acid, in this case what's come from the metal, and what's come from the acid. So there we are, sodium sulfate, calcium nitrate, and magnesium chloride made. The second half of the name comes from the name of the acid and the formula of the acid. The first half of the name comes from the other thing they're reacting with, the first word or the only word, and what they are reacting with. The only tricky one you're going to get, I'm going to put this up as a last example, is when it reacts with ammonia, because ammonia becomes an ion called ammonium, which is one you need to know. So I'll put this one up here because it's a bit of a special case. So if I had sulfuric acid again, plus ammonia, in this case they just join together, they don't actually make water, they join together to make a thing called ammonium, and then sulfuric acid makes sulfates, so ammonium sulfate. That's our sort of special case. It's a bit of a hard one, where we don't have water made, as it were.